Shalom, TaNaKh Wisdom. The blood, the soul. In Leviticus chapter 17, from verse 10 to 14, you can read it. It talks about the blood is the soul. The soul is in the blood. And it says, you will not eat the blood of any animal or of anything. You will not eat the blood. If you eat the blood, you will be cut off. He said he will cut you off, which is, in other words, you will die. He will kill you. Penalty is death for anyone eating blood. Because the soul of the flesh, its blood, is in the soul. The soul is the blood. I used to wonder, where's the soul? Can a doctor, can you get on an operating table and they open you up and they say this is the soul? No one would ever answer that question until Hebrew understanding lets me know, and it makes sense, because if I get an injury and I bleed out, my consciousness goes with it and I die. So the soul, mind, will, and emotions, our understanding of soul, mind, thoughts, will, choice, emotions reflect the choice that we make, is the soul. And if we bleed out, if you bleed out, your conscious awareness of being goes with it. So it makes sense. But the Hebrew word for blood is dam. Dam comes from the verb root damah, which we had an upload about that. That's likeness. Yahweh made us in his image and in his likeness. The word is damah. Same verb root for blood. And the function of that verb root is to resemble, to be similar, to losing distinctiveness. In other words, you can't tell the difference between us and our Creator in that dimension of existence. And that's the word for blood. Okay. And the word for soul is nephesh. Nephesh. Nun, pe, shin. The function of that verb root is to rest. Imagine. To rest. Return to spiritual repose. The soul giving life to the body. Rest. Return to spiritual repose. Determination. Repose. What is repose? Repose means to lay at rest, to lie down and go to sleep, or what we do to our loved ones when they pass away. You know the word repast. We lay our loved ones to rest. That's what repose is. Return to spiritual repose, to rest, lay at rest. Determination, the will again, choice, the soul. So the idea is, we are, and the soul is the blood. The blood, remember, verb root, is similar, likeness of who? Yahweh Elohim. So our awareness of being in the soul, we are to rest. We are to return to spiritual repose. We are to be a living sacrifice, like in Romans 12 says, like what Abraham's son Isaac was willing to do on the altar. And you will find rest for your souls, because we choose to think on things above, seated at the right hand where the Messiah is, and not on the earth. Chayi, we did that upload. That's living. Living by virtue of Yahweh's thoughts. Be determined to not think on anything but Him. Things above. Colossians chapter 3, verse 1. So the blood, the soul. We should have an understanding now why first covenant and renewed covenant through the blood of Yeshua. His covenant with us. We did the upload about covenant. You know, agreement between two parties, separating out parts. And if either break that agreement, it's to be at the expense of their own blood. So Yeshua fulfilled the first covenant and renewed it for us to come in covenant relationship with him. And his blood covers upon our souls, life for life. One last thing. In Hebrews chapter 10, it says, "For if we sin willfully after we have received the knowledge of the truth, there no longer remains a sacrifice for sins." Verse 29, "Of how much more worse punishment do you suppose will he be found thought worthy who has trampled the Son of powers underfoot and counted the blood of the covenant by which he was sanctified or set apart a common thing, and insulted the Spirit of grace," or the Spirit of enablement. "Not by might nor by power, but by my Spirit, says Yahweh." The other thing, we are not to eat blood. If a person eats food, medical fact, after you chew and you swallow a little bit, it only takes 6 seconds for the bloodstream to take the nutrients all throughout your whole body. So what is the difference between eating blood and or bypassing the eating portion and just putting it straight into the veins of your body through transfusion? Oops. I'm just saying. Shalom, TaNaKh Wisdom.